Mandy, the haunted and jealous doll. Mandy, the infamous haunted doll, is currently on display at a museum in Canada, where she has been causing fear and discomfort ever since her arrival. Crafted between 1900 and 1920, Mandy was donated to the museum by an anonymous benefactor, who chose to remain unnamed due to a terrifying experience they had with the doll. The owner wished to get rid of her, but couldn't bear to destroy her, perhaps because of the sentimental value or fear of a potential curse. Screams in the night. The original owner lived a quiet life, until one fateful night that changed everything. Late at night, the owner was awakened by piercing screams. They were loud, echoing like the cries of a small child, coming from the downstairs room where Mandy had been left. The house had no children, and there was no logical explanation for these terrifying sounds. Terrified, the woman remained in bed, clutching her blanket, as the cries continued for hours. Finally, mustering enough courage, she crept downstairs to investigate, only to find silence. The screams had stopped. Worse, Mandy had vanished. Yet, the next morning, the doll reappeared as if nothing had happened. Mandy arrives at the museum. After this chilling experience, the owner decided to part with Mandy and sent her to the Canal Museum in Canada. Interestingly, the owner confirmed that the screams never occurred again after Mandy left her home. However, this didn't mean that Mandy ceased causing fear. From the first night she arrived at the museum, employees, workers, and visitors began feeling an overwhelming sense of discomfort. Strange happenings at the museum. Strange occurrences started happening at the museum. Personal items, including employees' lunches, would disappear, only to be later found in odd, hidden places. Papers and documents vanished without a trace and reappeared randomly. Other dolls in the museum weren't spared either. Mandy would knock them off shelves, seemingly out of jealousy. She would only act at night, after the museum had closed. Mandy gains fame. In 1999, Mandy gained widespread fame when she was featured on a television program about paranormal phenomena. Since then, visitors have tried to photograph her, but mysteriously, their cameras would malfunction whenever they aimed them at Mandy. The mystery behind Mandy. Investigators who visited the museum believe that the doll is inhabited by the spirit of a young girl, which might explain her aggressive behavior towards other dolls and people. It seems that Mandy is trying to draw attention to herself, perhaps seeking something lost or trying to have her story heard. An open-ended mystery. Mandy still resides at the museum, continuing to instill a sense of fear and unease in anyone who comes near her. Her story remains an unsolved mystery, but one thing is certain: she won't be forgotten anytime soon.